It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Let's talk education, but through a completely different lens right now. For countless South Africans, not having a matric can seriously hold them back from reaching their full potential. This is kind of part of the South African narrative. But UCT, online high school, has been changing that narrative for the past 4 years. I can remember talking about it when they exploded onto the scene, providing accessible, completely innovative learning opportunities for teens across Mzansi. And joining me are two very passionate educators, incredible leaders driving that change. Tessa Venter, Chief Academic Officer, I like the sound of that, and Head of Wellbeing and Engagement, Daniela Randall. Thank you so much for having titles like that. That in itself says we're in a different space. We are playing in a completely, I'm going to call it a sandbox of creativity now. Access. I think this is changing the narrative of South Africa, the access to information. Maybe COVID started us down that journey. But from your side, when you look at the education space and how it's transforming, how are you guys influencing that change?
Oh, that's such a great question. And thank you so much for having us on the show today.
Pleasure.
It's really exciting to be here. I think you mentioned COVID, and we saw online schooling kind of explode out of COVID. And I think the part that we really play as UCT Online High School is helping shift the narrative of what is possible in the education sector in South Africa. Yeah, absolutely. And I think COVID showed that brick and mortar school is not for every child. It's not for every learner. And this is about giving access and opportunity through something that's really different and really innovative as well.
This feels very personally, passionately driven for you. What is it like being working in this space and seeing the impact?
Yeah, I mean, it really is a passion for me. I feel very strongly about education in South Africa and the ability of education to transform young people's lives. You mentioned about the fact that having a matric opens up opportunity, and really that's how we see and how I see my role is how do we create access and opportunity for learners and for young people in this country who maybe didn't have that beforehand. So something that we feel really strongly about is that we allow learners to join us in their matric year. There are so few schools. When it matters
most.
Absolutely. There are so few schools that actually allow that to happen. And we say, look, we're not going to set academic barriers to entry. We want to give you the opportunity to succeed. I really believe that every learner should be given the opportunity to write their national senior certificate if they're willing to put in the work.
Daniela, I love the fact that we've got the educational pathway. There's some great resources there, a great community, a tribe around us. But the tribe really has to come to bear when kids are going through these really challenging years, often not just academically. How important is it having that community, having this mindset, someone looking after well-being, actually, that in itself is amazing. But how important is that part of the journey?
It is critical. It's a critical component of being human. And then we're also looking at adolescence. And what I love about what we do is we redefine excellence. So excellence and success isn't just about the marks. How are we progressing as human beings? And that is such a beautiful space to be in, where we can be creative. And that is not just about the learner journey. It's our guardians as well. And it's a privilege to work in a space where psychoeducation gives them this toolkit to navigate life. What a beautiful narrative that is. So when you leave our school, it's not just about the marks. It's how am I a contributing citizen? How do I engage with the world in an adaptable way? Impact, exactly. How do I self-regulate? How do I use my strengths? What is my wiring? And having self-insight is such an empowering tool that we can all attain a level of success.
Well, it's kind of what I talk about in TV land with the grown-ups who've figured it out, in the hope that we're going to teach everyone else. Why do we always have to get through our life, then discover purpose, and then go back to the beginning? Start with purpose, start with well-being, start with connection and community. It hits me really hard here that a lot of us, and especially teens, find their click online because maybe they can't find their click in the spaces that are presented to them or the boxes that they are forced into. How do you guys lean into that, fostering that sense of community and connection? I'm getting goosebumps, as I said, because I know there are kids out there who feel so alone until they can plug into a matrix like this.
Exactly, and connection is so much at the heart of what we do. So we intentionally curate spaces of connection, and that is tied in with well-being, that is tied in with success. So we have a beautiful array of virtual clubs. So it can go from a baker's club to football appreciation, to curious tourists, to pandiculation. It's vast, and it's run by our staff, And again, it's a connection point of interest. So it doesn't matter if you're in grade 8 or matric, you might have a common interest, and that is engagement and community as well.
'Cause that's how the world works. People at
Yes.
different phases, different chapters connect, and therein lies the secret. Maybe I have a perspective that you don't know or you haven't discovered as yet. There is an opportunity now to kind of start your strategic network when you leave school because of that interest connection, because of how you are connecting on and across the board as well. I love the fact that you are changing the narrative, but now you must be sitting thinking, okay, it's got traction, people clearly love it, it's making the impact. Where do we go? Is this what schooling is going to look like? It feels like this is where we should be going.
I think so. I think it's important to realize that online school is part of a broader education ecosystem. It's not for everybody. It works for a lot of students. It works for a lot of learners. I do think that something that I feel really proud of is the fact that we have a national footprint as well. The fact that, as Danny said, you can have a grade 8 and a matric in the same virtual club, but they could be sitting in Limpopo and in the Northwest and have that sense of community and connection across the entire country. And for me, that is really, really powerful in that it's really connecting young South Africans together. And when I think about the future of UCT Online High School, for me, it's about continuing to broaden access, continuing to be
The circle bigger.
absolutely, and continuing to push the boundaries of what is possible in education, continuing to be innovative and meeting our learners where they're at.
Let's flip the script a little bit. I understand we've got an open day happening today. Virtually everyone is invited. What's going on?
So we're very excited to welcome prospective families to our virtual open day this afternoon at 1 p.m. Families can expect to get a sneak peek into what makes UCT Online High School the special community and space that it is. Families will hear from our academic leaders about our academic program. They'll be able to have a look at our online campus. They'll hear from our learner leader squad as well. So the learners will be speaking to what they love about UCT Online High School and how they have led the school over the last year as well. So we really do invite everybody to join us this afternoon. If anybody is interested, they can pop onto our socials and find the sign-up link there. And I'm really looking forward to welcoming all of our prospective parents to that this afternoon.
UCT Online High School is proving that education can be reimagined. It is accessible, it is supportive, it creates a culture of well-being. And now, thankfully, it is built for the future. So thank you so much to Tessa and Daniela for sharing their insights and the amount of work that's gotten in to get to this point. If you yourself are ready to see how it all comes together so beautifully, please join their virtual open day. It starts at 1 p.m. today. Just head to the UCT Online High School social media channels. You'll probably see them blowing up today a little bit. Follow the sign-up link, grab your destiny with both hands and dive right in. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Going to save the world, I have a feeling.